Bezat Hashem, we're back at the limud. Oh, one second, you have to call the chavruta.
I'm going to hear the one you said before. You're going to send it to me. I like that one. That with the eyes and how to look and Moshe Rabbeinu, and then you continue on that one. Did you?
I mean, it's a new.
You're doing my class.
Okay. Bezat Hashem, we're back at the limud of halacha. Halachot Shabbat Reish Mem Bet. We're continuing in Mishnah Berurah Seif Katan Gimel, right? Okay, so with the continuation of giving a landing or renting equipment to a goy. So the rabbi says, what's going on there?
Please wait.
Okay, he'll call us, I guess. Okay, so the rabbi, today is the 28th of Tishrei, Wednesday, the 4th day of the week of Parashat Shabbat, Parashat Noah. So look at the page Tet over here, Gimel, right? Over there. Behabla'ah. So the rabbis are stressing the best thing to do is obviously to avoid all scenarios, not to do it just for Shabbat. It has to be prior to Shabbat. And now, when you're renting prior to Shabbat, the money that you're getting out of rent is not for Shabbat specifically, it's for the previous days as well. אבל ליטול שכר שבת לחוד אפילו בכלי שאין עושים בו מלאכה. However, if you're doing business with equipment that is not specifically even to do performing job, let's say, like we said, renting your custom rental business, right? That if it's not, if you want to collect just Shabbat price just for Shabbat, או שמשכיר לו חדר לדור בו, or even to rent them an apartment just for Shabbat, אסור לכולי עלמא. Wow. Mishnah Berurah is saying something here out of this world. What is my business? I don't understand. I have an apartment. I have a house. I want to rent it just for Shabbos. What's the problem?
On Shabbos?
Not on Shabbos. You made a deal, whatever it is. You made a contract. You have what's his name? What is it called today? Airbnb.
Maybe what you do with all the guys that come in only for Shabbat, only for holiday, only for Yom Tov.
So he says it would be a problem.
Now.
No, there's got to be a solution here.
Let's see. Ish Mazliach is over there right away putting up.
We're dealing with Jewish people here.
That's this.
So, the number 3, Ish Mazliach is jumping, and he says like this. Look inside. V'katava Kapachayim. So Kapachayim, the same generation of Mishnah as Chafetz Chaim writes, the לדבר מצווה כגון להוליך אתרוגים ואין הגוי רוצה לזכור רק ליום השבת שרי. Kaf HaChaim is saying...
Where's Kaf HaChaim, Rabbi?
Kaf HaChaim is... What?
No, where are you seeing it?
Number 3, I just read.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Ish Mazliach, number 3. So something is off over here. דמותר להזכיר לו ואפילו בערב שבת. Okay. V'da'at HaTosafot, we did this. So what is happening here? Melkaman b'siman shin vav b'saif dalet. So the Mishnah Berurah is here, שמזכיר לו חדר לדור בו, אסור לכולי עלמא. Now, this is there's a lot of eyebrows here. What's going on here?
That's a problem.
What am I doing here, right? Let's say you have Airbnb and the guy comes and he's only coming for 5 hours on Shabbat.
Hotel, Airbnb.
Hotels, whatever it is. Right? There is no physical performance of breaking Shabbat happening in the hotel because of you. I mean, by him, he might turn on the television, turn on the light. That's not what we're talking about. The etzem of renting itself the room. What's happening here? What is the problem here? I have zero idea what's going on here. The problem is he has no Berurah here. He has no, looks like, there's a dalet here. Let's see what this dalet is. Oshari Achronim. No, he says that everybody is maskim. Shari Tzion. Okay, let's see this dalet there.
Is it when you're signing a contract that the contract becomes directly to the goy, belongs to him for that day?
I don't know. Why would that be asur? I have zero idea.
You're renting it before, you're putting a good that comes in there.
One? Yeah.
And there's for sure loophole over there.
Yeah, I mean, לטול שכר שבת לחוד אפילו בכלי שאין עושים בו מלאכה. I'm renting him customs, right? He's paying me for the customs of Shabbat. By itself, specifically, we are talking about specifically. That's the scenario. He comes to, what's his name, and he signed a contract before, he paid before. That's what the Airbnb is all about. Right? They do all the contracts, all the things that they pay before. They come only for Shabbat. So according to Mishnah Berurah, it should be asur, he says.
Come 4:30 Friday and Saturday.
No, 4:30 Friday is not a problem. We have a problem. He's coming 12 o'clock at night, Friday night, and he's leaving 12 o'clock in the afternoon, Shabbos morning. That's 100% Shabbos. Nobody could disagree with that. And he paid you only for those 12 hours.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing as before. If you have a contract with a goy that could come into he's working during Shabbat, and you're taking those profits because you had a contract before, so the contract was signed before, so the goy goes into his apartment, like if it's he owns the apartment right now, technically. So that profit that you're making on that day is part of renting your place all the time. Even if you're, I don't know.
I mean, we did establish already before that this is a chumrah. But what's going on here? So let's just go back to the Mishnah Shulchan Aruch 1 second. Go up there, up to this word. So the last 6 words on the first line. So the ones that yesh, I guess we continue with yesh omrim, that he has to be, the rental started Thursday or Friday, and it has to be that you're not taking money only for Shabbat. And it has to be done by Abla'ah. So on this, Mishnah Berurah explains, אבל ליטול שכר שבת לחוד אפילו בכלי שאין עושים בו מלאכה, או שמזכיר לו חדר לדור בו, אסור לכולי עלמא. So if you're making money just from Shabbat itself, it will be asur. What is he? Now it's like a real Bet Midrash. Well, what he said, it's a Bet Midrash. We open a Bet Midrash inside the shul. So now we bring babka cake. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem.
חסר קפה. לא היום. אני מדבר לרפי עם זה.
דיברו כבר רפי. He left a message to Rafi. Okay, anyway. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. Yeah, Rabbi Cohen.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Okay, we have to put it aside. We have to figure it out. I'll get back to you tomorrow, hopefully, about it. Baruch atah. Let's go. No, מה נראה לך? די. צדיק. ברוך. Amen. Okay, so let's continue in Sif Katan Dalet. So Ulashir, what about lending without money? So he says over here, since that when you lending Erev Shabbat to a goy, since there is no profit, lo yomru shlucho hu lazeh. The people will not say that he's your messenger. The people won't say it, even though it says so per truck. It's not a problem, he says, Mashma. Because you're mutar le'ashilo afilu le'yom HaShabbat dechud. Even for him to come and pick it up on Shabbat as a lending tool for lending is no problem.
When people know that he rents from you all the time.
Not renting.
He's
lending.
Lending.
Even if it's 100% tractor, a tractor trailer, you work with this thing. If a goy comes and borrows it, and you are one of those that lends it out, no problem, give it to him. No problem, because there's no problem.
You should always try to avoid to do it. But if you do it, you do it.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. There's a Mishnah, Ish Mazliach here, number 4. So Ish Mazliach says, והרוקח או רוקח אוסר להשאיר כלים שעושים מלאכה בהם. רוקח does not agree with Mishnah Berurah. He says no. That's another Acharon. So he says that it's not going to be allowed to give equipment as a loan to a goy, as a lending. וכתב הכף החיים בשם הבח, שירא שמיים יחמיא לעצמו בדווקא. שם וגם זו הומרה יתרה דהרוקח, יחידה ממש נגד כל הפוסקים. It says that's going to be already too much chumrah, because he's going actually against all the poskim who allow lending to a goy on Shabbat without any problems. Number hey, in Sif Katan Hey, in Mishnah Berurah back. Here, Moshe. Where are you?
No, we're just hey, yeah.
ולא אמרינן בקהי גמנה דעבד כסחירות. Now, like Yom Tov is going to say, I don't care, what's the difference? Lending or renting or lending. Sofer's truck's name on it. How can you give it to a goy? People are going to suspect I hire the goy. Still, even though you give it to him for free, right? ולא אמרינן. So the rabbi said over there, the Ramah said, we don't say there is a chashash. היינו שאף על פי שאינו משאילו חינם, כי אם בשכר שישלנו אחר כך, even though you're lending it to him now, but later on you will negotiate for him to pay you for it. מכל מקום, כיוון דלה הווה בדרך שכירות ממש, here, since when he took the item, the tractor on Shabbos, picked it up on Shabbos morning, he didn't do it b'shem schirut. He did it b'shem lending. He borrowed it. Oh, in that case, it will be allowed. It's allowed. בכל מקום כיוון דלה הווה בדרך השכירות, ממש לומר אתן לך כך כדי שתשאילני בלי שלך, כלי שלך. It's not like the goy told him, if you give it to me to use for Shabbat, I'll pay you X, Y, and Z. You know, there's no money discussed. Right now, you lend it to him. Shari, it would be allowed. Beis Yosef v'en biur halacha. So, why is that allowed? 1 second, I got you. We're going to go into biur halacha. Explain to you more. I got you. Hold on a second. Go to, let's see that there's a machlokit in the Sfaradim against that. Look at that. Kataf HaKaf HaChaim. Bashem Matei Yehuda, number 5. You there in Ish Mazliach? Number 5.
Ish Mazliach, yes.
Yeah. Katav HaKaf HaChaim wrote down the Kaf HaChaim over there, and this is Siman Od Yud Bed, in Resh Mem Vav, in the letter 12 over there. Bashem Matei Yehuda, in the name of Matei Yehuda, שרצונו לומר שהגוי בא בתורת שאלה. This is specifically when a goy comes to borrow. ואחר כך חוזר הישראל ומתנה עם הגוי, שגם הוא ישאלנו. Right? And then you tell a goy, the Jew tells him what the condition is, you could borrow it from me on the condition I'm borrowing it from you. That was where we had 2 days ago. We didn't understand what's going on here. Right? What does that mean? I'm borrowing that from me. It's mine. No. When you lend somebody something, whose is it?
Technically, it's mine.
Right. Technically, the one who's borrowing it, it's his.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the halakha.
What do you mean the one who's borrowing it?
The borrower is fully responsible. Why is borrower fully responsible? We said the other day, right? If somebody comes to you and says, give me your old jalapa, he's borrowing your truck.
So he's responsible.
1800s, the truck from 1800s. And the guy borrowed it. He broke, the thing was a jalapa. It's going to cost $1 million to fix it. The guy borrowed it and broke on his time. He has to pay for it. Why? Why?
I mean, why? Because he broke it.
Because it's his.
I was considered his once he
broke it. The moment that he has it, it's his.
This is possession.
So if the moment that you have it, it's yours, right? You took a product that it's working, you must return the product that's 100% working.
So if somebody lends you something,
because in reality, when something breaks by you, you don't fix it.
Yeah.
You fix it.
Yeah.
So if somebody borrow a car from somebody,
yeah, I just told you, 1800.
He's responsible.
You're full.
No, make an accident.
Right. Yeah.
The car is total.
Yes.
And he's like, go to your insurance. I don't want to pay for the car.
No, there's no such a thing. He has to pay. Yes, the insurance compensates, but there is still a loss. La halacha, the person who, if you could afford it, just say, "Chalas, Habib, I forgive you," because don't forget, the insurance is always underpays, and there's other expenses that you're going to be incurring.
Exactly.
I had that. I had a leased car. Half a year ago, I leased a car. Half a year ago, and somebody borrowed the car, total loss. I came out of my pocket another almost $3,000 to get a new car.
Wow.
Even though I didn't pay for the car, the car was paid over by the insurance. But the next car,
he's
I had to borrow.
responsible for the difference.
That's
okay,
right.
go to the insurance.
Yeah.
He's responsible.
So how much is the difference? Because in 2 years I would have paid anyway the $3,000, right? Because I'm getting a new car anyway. So the shaila is, so the question is how much, what's the difference in the time period? How much will the person pay? Really, it's not such a big calculation. Because in reality, if you were going to spend $3,000 in 2 years from now, it's the same thing almost. You're getting a new car. You have a benefit out of it, even though your car is total lost. So if the insurance is involved, that's true. Again, but still, let's say it's not such a scenario. It's not a lease car. A person owns a car. The person owns the car. Now the insurance always pays 75% of the total loss, of the total cost of the car. So the borrower has to pay the remaining 25% of that. But also there's other things to consider. If a car now, this kind of car, they upgrade it. So it used to be $30,000, now it's $40,000 to replace the car. He has to return to you the same car. That's the halacha. That's the halacha. So here we're saying a goy borrowing something on Shabbat. The rabbi says here it has to be on the condition that he's gonna give it, that he's rending it back to you.
The same way.
Ayen sham. Aval medivri ha'ma'amar Mordechai, there. Mashma shekol. But however, in the words of Mordechai, mashma shekol ma shemachlifim kli bekli eno derech schirut u'mutar afilu kshe'Yisrael matchil. Oh, no. האם הגוי שגם הוא ישאלנו. I didn't understand what's going on. Over here the condition is you borrow from me, I have a right to borrow something from you. So the goy has to be on a lookout that he is obligated now to lend you something. That's what it means.
On the same moment or anytime?
Not at any time. So it says if that condition now is allowed on Shabbat, now it's allowed on Shabbat. Why is that allowed on Shabbat? What do you want to say?
Smart.
No, so therefore what? I understand smart.
Therefore because this way you ensure that your product that you lend to him gonna come back to you.
I understand. You think it's a mashkanta. We're not talking about mashkanta.
We're talking about.
We're not talking collateral. No collateral.
Can you lend him something on Shabbat?
It's a future collateral.
Well, even though it's a
It's
future.
a street collateral.
Oh, yeah, but what about your question?
Physical.
What about your question? It says so for truck. What people are going to suspect? You still have a problem with your question. That's where we're going to go. We're going to go to Berurah is going to explain over there. But let's see. But over here is I'm telling a goy you're obligated now to lend me. And therefore now you could lend from me. So it's exchange. Exchange and that makes it allowed. I don't see how, but let's see in a second. So too also Maran Bet Yosef explains, so it's really, though, sounds like a business transaction here. You lend from me, I lend from you. So you're obligated, so it's like a schirut. He says, no, it's really not schirut. Because it's not, there is no exchange of money.
It's a good faith neighbor.
Good faith, like a good neighbor.
Good faith neighbor. Good faith,
the hainu, here. The kesef
help me, we good.
Good, let's just finish this. The hainu meaning, kesef tmurat akli. When you give money up to rent for equipment, בלאו הכי לדין דעת מרן להקל אף בסחירות וגם אם באנו לחוש לדעת יש אומרים הבו דלה להוסיף עליו. Okay, so what the Rabbi explains over here in Mazliach that if that יש אוסרים, that some say it's אסור, in reference to that, גם אם באנו לחוש לדעת יש אומרים הבו דלה להוסיף עליו, דלה להוסיף עליו. It's coming here not to add on what we just learning. Okay, again. I got confused here. משמע שכל שמחליפים כלי בכלי אינו דרך שכירות ומותר אפילו כשישראל מותחים. Okay. If there is going to be exchange on the equipment, not a problem. it's not real שכירות, לכן נראה מלשון המרן הרבה יותר. זה שכתב, דלה having בדרך שכירות ממש, לומר אתן לך כך. It's not real renting, because in the end, there's no money. So he says, but Maran, this is all, the reason why this is all brought down here, that there's going to be some kind of exchange and everything, and it's really not like money, because Lechatchila Maran has no problem with renting. If you take a look, it's only the Ashkenazim here that Ashkenazim making a whole big noise about it. But Maran in the name of Rav Ovadia says not to be machmir, not like to be like Kaf HaChaim. We know the Kaf HaChaim Kubalim are more machmirim, like many times like Ashkenazim, right? But Sfaradim are very mekil. Even you're allowed to rent. A guy comes to you on Shabbat, picks up the iron, which you prepaid, even for Shabbat. Yeah, it's better not to, but mutar le'alacha, right? Better not to only because of what Yom Tov is saying, of the speculation and all the balagan. But if you have no choice, it's allowed. The halakha is allowed. But let's see. The problem is v'lo amrina. Let's go to over here. Look at the star. Or we'll do this tomorrow. You have to run?
I'm going to have to go, because it's already 9 o'clock. Time I go home. And
yeah. So over here tomorrow we're going to look at Berurah halakha, try to figure out according to the question. It still begs a question: how am I allowed to tell a guy take the truck, even lending, no money, take the truck on Shabbat? And why is that even allowed by Ashkenazim? And why don't we say, as Jews will speculate, he's hiring a guy for Shabbat? Have a wonderful day. What's the problem?
שאם אתה יודע,
English.
if you know from the beginning,
Yeah.
that you're going to receive something.
No, lending. No receiving.
He's gonna give you the privilege to lend something.
No, that you just that you find. Okay, that was brought up to you later. But now, before we even get that, we want to know why lending sofer truck on Shabbat is allowed and renting is not allowed. That's what we're gonna figure out tomorrow, hopefully. Have a wonderful day. Whoever needs to make parnasa, lechot itparnasu benachat b'shefa, without any suffering.